Now, the new generation of Diana Award winners has been announced, including some of the most inspirational young people from across the UK and around the world. Well, one award winner is Darius Nasimi. Darius grew up in southeast London after fleeing Afghanistan with his parents as an infant. Well, he spoke to Helena about his award-winning work, helping refugees turn adversity into impactful action. Let's take a listen.
I think it was a really joyful and happy moment for myself, but also for the entire people of Afghanistan in the UK, because my family came to the UK in 1999 as refugees, and it was a very difficult journey to the UK, crossing so many countries and borders. I was only 5 months old, and we were very lucky to survive. And for me to get this award, I think it shows the commitment and the dedication that myself and my family have shown to changing the lives of the most vulnerable refugees in the UK. And I'm really delighted that I've got this award, and I'm really happy that, I've been recognised for the great work that I've done for people.
Absolutely. Well, before we talk a little bit more about that work that you've done, just tell us a bit about the Diana Awards and what they mean to you and kind of how you came to be nominated.
Yeah, so the Diana Award, I mean, as you can see from the name, it's named after Princess Diana, and it's given for people who for young people who have made a change to the lives of others through a range of charitable, humanitarian activities, or if they've come up with something that has changed the lives of the most vulnerable in society. And how I got the award was I was nominated by someone, and they thought that I would be a good person to get this award, and that then it took many months to reach to get to hear about the outcome. And I was really happy that I was successful. And then there was a virtual award ceremony, and there were people from all over the world. It's not just for people in the UK. So at the award ceremony, and then there were training courses, and this is just the beginning. And after this, there will be a one whole year of learning programs and workshops and events, and I hope that I can learn from everyone else, but also improve my skills and improve my knowledge through the award.
Absolutely, it sounds so very supportive and collaborative atmosphere. Well, you mentioned about your background, and that's quite a journey to get here to London. Is that what has spurred you to make such positive change in the capital?
I think my role in the charity that was founded actually by Dr. Nasimi is to help people with integration. So that's the main focus of the Afghanistan and Central Asian Association. And what I do there, as was there on the website for the Diana Award, is mainly raising funds and generating income to help the charity to continue supporting refugees, asylum seekers and migrants with integration, so English classes for adults, Saturday schools for children to help them with their school subjects. We've also got free legal advice clinics on housing, immigration, family issues, women's empowerment, so helping victims of domestic violence, mental health and counselling workshops, employment support, because people who are new to the UK, they struggle to find a job or they need help with setting up a small business, so we provide one-to-one mentoring. And then there's sports activities for children, so we've got a girls football club in Hounslow, Hayes and Wembley, which is funded by Comic Relief and also Sport England, and that's to increase female participation in sports, especially from a Muslim background. And then we organise lots of events, so conferences at the Houses of Parliament in London, at different UK universities, and that's part of our policy and advocacy work to try and influence UK government policy. And then cultural events, celebrations. We had a really big outdoor music festival in June to celebrate Refugee Week in Hounslow. We had around 15,000 people in total. The first day was for the South Asian community, and then the second day was for the people from Afghanistan and Central Asia. And we had lots of live music and dance performances and other forms of entertainment. And then the other area for the charity is humanitarian work inside Afghanistan. So we also engage in overseas aid relief, improving access to clean water, helping people during COVID with oxygen machines, but also we opened 2 citizens advice centres, which aims at improving access to justice, but also empowering women in Afghanistan. And the charity got the Queen's Award for Voluntary Services. Dr. Nasimi was awarded the MBE in December last year, where he met King Charles at Windsor Castle, and also the honorary doctorate degree from Roy Holloway. So ACAA is now, or the Afghanistan and Central Asian Association, is now the largest charity led by the people of Afghanistan in the UK. But we don't just help people from Afghanistan, we help people from all over the world, from South America, from Eastern Europe, from the Middle East, and from South Asia as well. And we have like part-time and full-time staff and about 100 volunteers. So lots and lots of young people are there helping as political communications intern, strategic development intern, legal intern, or like administration, social media. And myself at the age of 25, I've kind of spent all my life in this charity. Of course, in addition to that, I've studied like politics and philosophy at King's College. I also founded the Central Asia Society at King's College, and then I was the first like British Afghan candidate to stand in the election in 2022. And then after that, I still maintain that connection with the charity because I feel like it's doing an amazing work for the community and for people who are new here, especially after, for example, the return of the Taliban 3 years ago in 2021. And then hundreds of people were contacting us about how to bring their families over here, and then supporting the evacuees, as well as, and I'd like to say thank you to the British government for being the first country to evacuate. I think over 20,000 people from Afghanistan, if you remember the plane, and people were like looking for the opportunity to get out of Afghanistan. And then obviously the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and the thousands of Ukrainian people who've come to the UK. So the charity has really expanded beyond its core remit of just focusing on people from Afghanistan. And that's all thanks to the funding that we receive from British grant-making trusts, like the National Lottery, Henry Smith, Garfield Weston. I mean, sorry if I've missed any because the list is really long. But also corporate sponsors, so we work in partnership with law firms and solicitors, and then UK government, so for example the Ministry of Justice, His Majesty's Prisons and Probation Services, the Department for Work and Pensions. So and also most recently we've started working with the Electoral Commission on research projects, and also with the Home Office because of the e-visas. So there are lots of people who who don't know how to get an e-visa, and there's a transition from physical BRP cards. So there's lots of like advice, guidance, and also integration support.
Yeah, I mean, this is really quite an achievement. So many achievements, all by the age of 25. But I do hear throughout everything you've said there, and all the, projects that you work on, I hear that key theme of integration. And, do you hope then that you are challenging the sometimes negative mainstream perception of refugees?
I think that is a key part of the charity's work, and that's why we focus a lot on policy, on research, and also on changing the perception that the public have about refugees or migrants as a whole, especially, for example, with the riots that we had recently, with the anti-refugee rhetoric that is always there, and also the government's plan to deport people to Rwanda. So what we are trying to do is to promote community cohesion, to promote diversity, cultural diversity, but also to be a voice for people who don't know how to stand up for themselves or how to access their full rights or access opportunities in the UK, because of course there are lots of issues when it comes to understanding the system or accessing services, or for even things as simple as enrolling their children in school or enrolling in the GP or applying for college or university. So that's like the grassroots work that we do. But on a more perception level basis, you're absolutely right, because there are lots of people who think that refugees or migrants, they come here to take away jobs, or they're a burden on society, or they are negatively impacting the economy. But that's not true. The contribution that refugees and migrants make and the contribution that their children make is fully evident. I mean, the future generations as well, in terms of business or politics or media. And I hope that the people of Afghanistan and also the Central Asian community, they can also fully take part in society and increase their participation, especially women as well.